Hey there, greatness. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I turned this $3 Goodwill nightstand into a uber chic doghouse. So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and become a great. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It really helps. Alright guys, let's get into it. So I got this nightstand from the Goodwill. It cost me a whopping $2.99, so I couldn't pass it up. I brought it home and then I thought about what I wanted to do with it, but I advise you guys to do otherwise. Here's a pro tip: plan before you pay. It'll keep you from spending unnecessary money and help you stay organized. As for the drawers, they did have some damage. One has a hole in it, the other looks like it has some water damage, so I decided not to keep those. Not being able to use the drawers really helped me decide where I wanted to go with this project. I figured I would think outside the box and try something different. Here's another pro tip: measure twice and cut once. This is really important if you're going to be working with wood, especially if you don't own a saw. Getting your measurements correct now will save you a big headache later. Okay guys, so here I am struggling to get this drawer slide out of the nightstand. I eventually gave up and called in some reinforcements. Here's my brother. He just went straight in with a hammer and managed to get it out in less than like 5 minutes. So thanks a little bro.
She asked me to destroy stuff, so I destroy stuff later.
He's so silly. Alright, so now I'm just finishing the breakdown by removing this cardboard backing that's on here. It says that this nightstand is made of pine. I'm not sure how accurate that is. It seems more like particle board and laminate to me, but who knows. Here's another pro tip, and this is the most important one. Safety first, you guys. Make sure you wear your goggles, your gloves, your mask. It's important to not get any of this stuff on your skin. It could really hurt you. I ended up using this stripping gel in order to help me get rid of that varnish. But look what it did to my sponge brush, you guys. You're supposed to use a regular bristle painter's brush, but I was hard-headed. Don't be like me. Use a painter's brush. I let that sit for about 30 minutes and then took a scraper and scraped it all off. It got really messy and gross, you guys. Make sure you guys are wearing your gloves. This stuff is nasty. After that, I followed it up with some mineral spirits and then proceeded to sand it. This is what the nightstand looks like after I sanded it with 100 grit sandpaper. That bottom part is still really ragged. I need to peel that off. And as you can see, the sides are really good. They've set it down really well, but this corner is peeling, so I'm gonna have to take some wood glue and glue that down. This side also did pretty well, but now I have a gap there. I'm gonna have to fix that with wood glue. And last but not least, this top is clearly laminate, like a little laminate sticker. So pretty much nothing happened whenever I sanded it. And this is what it looks like after I've taken a piece of that bottom part off. I ended up taking a chisel and hammer to those corners, and they removed pretty easily. Now I'm just wiping that sawdust off with a vinegar and water solution. 3 parts water, 1 part vinegar. It's going to help get all that sawdust off. So while that glue was drying, I started working on the plywood that I was going to be lining the inside of the nightstand with. And this is the type of plywood I got. I just got it from Home Depot. It was $14.98 a sheet. A really huge long sheet at that, so I had plenty of left over. I'm just sanding the edges of it so they aren't so sharp, and I'm just using a 180 grit sanding block. You can get these from Walmart, wherever they sell sanding blocks or sanding materials. This is some wood filler that I do not recommend. I just used it to fill in some of the cracks in the siding of the top, just to fill in some of those gaps, but it didn't fill the gaps in like I needed it to. After it dried, I sanded it down like you're supposed to, and I still had a lot of those cracks left. It did fill in some of them, but not all of them. It's the next day, and now I'm just staining the plywood that I sanded earlier. This is really easy. All you do is dip your towel into the stain and then wipe it onto the board, and then you wipe the excess stain off with that same towel. Layer up how many layers of stain you want to make it lighter or darker. When it dries darker, so be aware of that. I put on 2 coats for this project. Now it's time to paint, and I forgot to prime this beforehand, but you guys should always prime. This is the type of paint I got. It's this nice blue color from Glidden, and I got it from Home Depot as well. This paint is awesome. I only used 1 coat in this scene, and look how dark it came out. The coverage was amazing just from 1 coat. I did end up putting 3 anyway, but that's pretty dope just by itself. For this laminate top, I made sure to prime it this time and this is the primer I used, the 123 primer. I've heard that spraying on primer is much better for laminate tops. Now I'm just staining the wood on the back of the nightstand. This wood is going to be exposed, so I have to make sure that it also matches the same color as the plywood that I'm putting on the inside. Now that everything is dry, I'm going to be gluing and nailing in the plywood that's going to go inside of the nightstand. This part is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys watch. It's another day and we're back outside so that I can put on this crystal clear enamel just to protect the paint job that I did the previous day. And we're done, you guys. This was the end of it. This is the completed doghouse. It looks really awesome. That paint job looks so good. The back looks so good. I'm really impressed with how it came out. The inside with the plywood looks so nice. That stain really brightened up everything and it made it a little bit more masculine. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a post from me. If you're interested in seeing how I decorated this doghouse, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think I should do with it, and I might put a video out on it. Thanks so much for watching.